What's up, folks? This is Amar Jose. This apartment with my shirt is just hot, sticky up here in the upper room. You know, excuse me, just meditating and just going back over my visions and stuff. So now I did 1, 2, 3, green, black, red, and now part of my vision, like I said, when I came up as a green dragon, I was sitting at the table and the seated was 3 dragons already. The black I did a video on, the red I did a video on, but this one had a little small twist, America. I put it in gold dragon, and I didn't really come up with too much of anything. But I was looking at the sequences of the previous dragon that they all had something to do with American history. This is going to push a wig back. Now, in my first original seeking, before I had got any visions, my very first vision was, like I said, I was a child, and I had that experience. I really seen it, like I'm looking at this camera. This entity who had a bag of groceries, and I could see the fruit, the vegetables, and it was really clear. I could see it very clear. So I always wanted to know who I was. I see my great grandmama, my great grandmama, little mama, big mama though, big mama, but she was little mama though. I knew that she was a pure Cherokee Indian. By the time I only knew Cherokee Seminole for playing, watching, just watching a little bit of TV, and I never really seen one. But when I seen her, I knew. So here the kids play with their toys, man, eat them. They like playing their toys and stuff. You know, they don't know what to do with the switches. You know. But anyway, and so I seen her, and I can see, because she was a little short, fiery. Her skin was so bronze, crimson. I mean, it was beautiful, and her hair was, wow. And so I look at her daughter, which is my grandmother's mom. They call her Red. You know, and then I look at my grandmama, my mom's mom. She has that color. You know what I mean? So I know it's native. You know what I mean? I know it's not a doubt in my mind that it's not native. You know what I mean? So I knew that in my blood that I had native. I just know what. Until I went to Florida, was Seminole. And I did research Seminole. That's how I got the Cherokee. And then I started doing the characteristics of the people, the characteristics of the culture, and you know why I bounce and why I dance and I do my war dances, because it's just in my blood. It's just in my spirit. And so I thank the Father for giving me the revelations. But what really ties this thing in is that here I'm gonna show you that. Boom. I'll fix it this way. It's this Cherokee nation, and there was about this thing called the freedmen. And so this is where my grandfather come in, Nigerians. When they did bring some Nigerians, also it really was Israelites and Hebrews, because we mixed up the northern tip through Mecca, you know what I mean? And so this is where we make this nationality connection. So when people say, well, why you want to be a nationality as a Moabite? Because we came through Moab, we took over Moab. Plus Moab is from 2 women who was, the father was Lot. So we still have that blood of the blessing if you act upon that blessing. And so through that nationality thing, we made that connection with this. Now, when I go back, you see, it was a war. You see that Cherokee down there? The war thing. But it says there was a battle of the gold serpent. That's what this is about. The Cherokee nation was the gold serpent. And there was a battle. And so they didn't completely defeat us. You know, the Most High just gave us wisdom to bow down because we were a bit extinct. You know, and so we're glad that our people was wise enough to know when to sit down, because they had turned their backs on the Most High. They did some things wrong, and so that's part of the mystery of the 4 dragons. When the spirit of the light came to me and took me and sat me at the table, and so maybe I don't know. You tell me, America. What do you say this is about? I did not to say anything of my own, Or because there's so many minds out there and so many intellects and so many studies and researchers out there. Like there's a whole bunch of rocks that holds a riverbed. Let's hold this water of truth, and maybe we can sprinkle this water on some seeds and give some healthy increase, and plant some seeds that we may have some good fruit on this country. And if the Most High wants us to exodus physically from this country, then we're prepared to do that. But I'm almost certain that we have the exodus in the mind. Come back to the Most High and do what we need to do. Sorry if I'm not looking at the camera. I'm not used to this thing yet. So, but that's the mystery in the studies of this four-dragon vision that I shared with y'all earlier in the years. That you see that I'm not crazy. That these four dragons has everything to do with America. And since I'm born in America and I'm born here in Pennsylvania, and politics is my hobby, and these are just something that's natural to me. And so it's not about hate, it's not about this or that. It's just about expressing those things that are natural. If it's your gift, then use your gifts. At least use them for good and for that which is healthy. Because bad don't mean good and good don't mean bad. They're exactly what they do. Give you one more peek. Cherokee Nation. You can find that under the removal, Civil War Reconstruction, Nation's Demise, Cherokee Freedom, Swan Creek and Black River Chippewa, the Shawnee, the Natchez people. Them is all us down south. New York, Florida, all down the Bible Belt. That's us. Because they gave us that Bible and it turned our mind against God. And so we suffering. And so we come back to the Most High and come back to us as tribal leaders and take up our rightful seats. And then those of you who already know your rightful seats, if you open the doors to your people and stop being hateful, like somebody want to take something from you. Nobody want to change your borderlines. You just want our fair share too. The Most High didn't give you this planet by yourself or this country by yourself. That's why it was many nations. And so don't be like those other nations who keep on conspiring against Israel. Nothing you can do about it. One.